Lynae destroys the fundamental design of Wuthering Waves combat. Most players don't pay too much attention to this, but if you consider yourself, well, good at the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The combat of Wuwa is one of the most precious things about the game, and the best part is the ability to swap, more particularly swap cancel. Swap cancels are easily the best feature about the game. Cheng-Li's Flame Sacrifice finisher, swap cancel it. Zani's Nightball, swap cancel it. Frolova's Scarlet Coda, swap cancel it. But you see, Lynae does something simply unforgivable. She denies this swap cancel mechanic throughout her entire kit design. I'm not even talking about quick swapping, I'm just talking about the normal swapping mechanics that every character should be abusing. My name is VoidEnigma, and if it wasn't obvious, this is my attempt at a Lynae Quickswap guide. I'm still fulfilling my goal of making a Quickswap guide, that's going to be towards the end of the video, but I'm also going to be going over Kuro Games' blatant attempt at disallowing swapping mechanics with their most recent characters. Leave a like on the video and subscribe, as I'll have some loaded opinions on this matter. As a Quickswap enthusiast, this is an utter disappointment. So why? Is Lynae completely and utterly useless when it comes to Quickswap? Well, quite a few reasons in fact. Firstly, I gauge how good a character is for Quickswap on quite a few factors, the first being how long they are on field when you swap cancel. A character like Cheng-Li is on field virtually just as much as the actual character playing when she's actually swapping out, while a character like Shui Yuan virtually can't Quickswap. But the thing is with Lynae, all of her attempts to swap cancel equate to her completely disappearing on field, and this is mainly due to her passive. There's a built-in mechanic for Lynae where she needs to skate in order to build up her forte, or at least run around shooting the enemy as she does. Failing to fulfill this requirement will completely deplete her forte. Swapping depletes her forte, and all of her swappable moves are virtually useless because she disappears when she attempts to use it. Other characters don't actually have this happen. They're able to use all of their attacks and keep attacking while they actually swap off. But if you use any of Lynae's forte abilities, she just completely vanishes off field. Now there are characters that don't rely on swap cancels or straight up defy it, but they still incorporate a bit of swap cancel techniques throughout their kit. Shui Yuan is an example of that, but Lynae is actually nerfed by quick swapping or swapping in general. And speaking of Shui Yuan, he was made in a way that is just anti-Quickswap, which I'm hoping isn't a new design choice. It doesn't just end with her being anti-Quickswap though, because there are bugs that are present in Lynae's teams. There is a huge Lynae bug present in Wuthering Waves. It is actually present on one particular character, Cardathea. When Cardathea is paired with Lynae and Arrow Rover's Ultra buff straight up does not work. It just turns off. It has no effect. The cap on the Arrow Erosion stacks is supposed to be doubled from 3 to 6, and as you can see here, it is capped at 3. Luckily, this seems to be only affecting Arrow Rover because when using Chisa, the stack still goes up to 6 as they should. So this is just a weird interaction with Lynae's body and Arrow Rover's outro. Simply removing Lynae from the team completely fixes the issue, so that's just really strange. Send some reports to Kuro, especially if this is the team that you use, because it is a viable option. I know it will be fixed in due time as Kuro Game fixes every bug that comes up, so it's definitely a strange occurrence. Comment down below if you noticed any bugs on your end. A lot of characters are incentivized to not quick swap, but you still can for Frolova teams, Cardathea teams, or even Galbretta teams, but it begins to be an issue when you can't quick swap. I hope this isn't the new direction for character design because it's becoming more and more apparent as time goes by. The appeal of Wuwa gameplay is a freedom to, well, do whatever you want, and the swapping mechanics are really the best thing for the game. I do hope we go back to more snappy characters and not characters who were designed to stay on field indefinitely. Lynae could have easily been a great quick swap character if they just delayed the fuel leak from her forte, maybe give 3 to 5 seconds before the forte begins to drain, but immediately? Come on now. A lot of you know me as the rotation guy, or the quick swap guy, so that's what I'm going to attempt to do here. Now let's get on to the guide portion of the video. If you're going to play Lynae, then you'll want to know all of the mechanics that she can actually get away with. Additionally, this is more than just a guide, it's still on the same topics in the video, so stick around either way and you'll learn a few things. Firstly, your main character to pair her with are Yuno, Shengliao, and Calcaro, and they are all great quick swappable carries. For the third slot, you can go with Shorekeeper, but you can also swap in Augusta if you're with Yuno, or even Verena. Now, quick swapping with Yuno, Shengliao, and Calcaro is unique per character. Yuno is pretty straightforward, and in her rotation, you won't really need to quick swap much. Shengliao and Calcaro, on the other hand, look, they are characters that are great for quick swap. But we'll be focusing on Shengliao for this video, because I have a pretty good expertise here. Calcaro works fundamentally the same way simply because Shengliao and Calcaro should only be on field when they're in their liberation state. First rule with Shengliao, if he's not in his liberation state, then he should not be on field, unless he's using an echo skill or literally no other reason. Now I know that what you're all saying, Shengliao has his forte outside of his liberation. No, you're wrong. It sucks. Ignore it, only use him in his liberation state. Now starting off, you'll of course start with Shorekeeper to get her on field and build up her forte so that she can get off her liberation. In this time, feel free to swap between Shengliao and use his echo skill, and Lynae to use her liberation or resonance skill. Only liberation or resonance skill. Once you're on Shorekeeper and you get her field up or Verena's buff, then you'll actually intro into Lynae, and you can feel free to swap cancel her roller skate mode attack where she charges up and dives forward, as that's the only attack that she can actually swap cancel. There's not really much of a point to do it though, since Shengliao isn't online yet, so keep that in mind. You essentially just run through Lynae's full rotation, charge her into her roller skates, and once it's fully charged, fire off her 3 jumps, and then go with the plunge. From there, her Concerto should be filled, and you can go straight to Shengliao. Activate his liberation, and you're good to go. You're going to pretty much stay on Shengliao. Unfortunately, for Shengliao, he has key moments in his whole entire liberation state where he can quick swap after casting his Law of Rain and during his cast of Decipher, which is the aerial attack that he uses to gain his forte to cast his signature attack, Law of Rain. Normally, with all of the quick swap, you'd be able to get out more damage even if you're losing the outro buff from Lynae, and you'd also of course be using the outro buff in order to get the initial hit of the liberation as well as the first Law of Rain, so you still be able to benefit from the outro. But now if you swap off, you actually lose damage by swapping, since the other characters just won't be able to contribute much. You can get a slightly faster rotation, yes, but that only really matters for Shorekeeper. The trade-off before was when you swap with Yinlin's outro, you could continue to use Yinlin to do quick swap damage, prep your Shorekeeper, and additionally, after Shenliao's full rotation, Yinlin would be right ready there to start the next rotation with ease. But with Lynae, she can't really charge up her forte to get the next rotation pretty quickly or get off her big damaging move pretty quickly, because doing so is literally a waste of time because she'll regress to having no forte either way. For the other carries who can actually benefit from Lynae's outro, such as Yuno, you just want to go through the normal rotation. Start with Shorekeeper, go to Lynae, go to Yuno, and that's probably the best way to actually do something here. So all in all, the quick swap dream with Shengliao just ain't here, but at least he's got Shangli and they can have some great fun together. Let me know if you'd like a Shengliao and Shangli guide, because you can really cook up some amazing things with those two. Swap cancels and Wuthering Waves hypes my neurons, and I don't like that swap cancel is being sidelined for great rotations. Augusta, Yuno, Galbrena, Shui Yuan, all of their rotations feel a tad bit stunted. Augusta is a great character to quick swap with, but Yuno's whole rotation makes it kinda negligible to do so, even though Yuno is capable of quick swapping. Shui Yuan kills all quick swap attempts thanks to his forte being so damn limited. Swap out, forte over, so he's just not a good example of a quick swap carry. At least Augusta and Galbrena can be played with other quick swap characters such as Mortefi and Lupa. What do you all think of this development though? Do you prefer this type of combat that's straightforward, or is the denial of quick swap a horrible design choice? Let me know down in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what you have to say about this. Like the video to support my work because a lot of time and effort goes into these videos, and subscribe so you don't miss an upload. This has been VoidEnigma, out.